first few months of finding out about the twins, we were really excited because Jessica had always wanted to be a mom, and she was going to get to be a mom twice, and she was really excited. So she started ordering sets of everything, and like cribs and car seats and things like that. They had different amounts of amniotic fluid that they were working with, and we later found out how important that is, but at the time we didn't really know. So all we knew was that one of the twins was bigger and had more amniotic fluid, and one of the twins was smaller and had less amniotic fluid, that there was possibilities that would cause complications, but there was no way to determine what the complications would be.
It never crossed my mind that that might actually happen, that he might actually pass away.
I just remember we went in, and the lady doing the ultrasound, she's always like jokey and laughy with us, and we looked. It seems like she did the jelly stuff, and we looked at Roman first, because we always looked at Roman because he was always the good news, and so we would get the good news in and feel really happy about it, and then they would look at Raven and they would kind of break the news to us.
And then she checked out Raven, and I noticed that when she looked at the blood flow through the umbilical cord, there just wasn't much there.
And she kind of got like that faraway look on her face, and we were still kind of joking around because we were not aware of what was going on, but you could kind of tell something was up. And then she said, "I need to go get the doctor."
And I said, "No, you forgot to do the heartbeat." And she told me that there was no heartbeat.
And the doctor came in, looked, couldn't find a heartbeat, and told us that Raven had passed away.
My favorite moment during the pregnancy when Raven was still alive was when we went to one of our ultrasounds, and they checked out Roman, and everything was good, and he was moving around and wiggling, and then they were checking out Raven, and he was just very still, and it was worrying us. And so they started kind of jostling the little machine around to try to encourage him to move around, and suddenly, out of nowhere, his hand just came up, and it looked like he was waving at us.
Fast forward a few months, because the doctors decided that it wasn't going to do Roman any harm to leave Raven in, and it wasn't going to do Raven any good to come out. So we left him in. They carried almost a full gestation. It was like 38 weeks. And so then Roman comes out, and they said, well, they've been telling us he was going to have a C-section the whole time, and then he didn't have to have a C-section. So then Raven comes out, and Raven came out with placenta, and he was just really little, and he was like totally formed. You could see his head, you could see his face and his nose and his mouth, and he had 10 fingers and 10 toes, and I got to hold him, and he didn't even weigh a pound. He was real little. He was kind of deflated, and so he was a little bit flat, but you could see all the features of a person there.
'Cause you were just a small bump, unborn for 4 months, then torn from life. Maybe you were needed up there, but we're still unaware. That's why